Aim to study the calibration of micrometer. Prerequisites: the calibration procedure as per ISO 17025.
Objectives: to ensure that the micrometer produces consistently repeated specific measurement results and associated measurement uncertainty. Whenever measuring equipment is used, a calibration system should be in place to help ensure that the measurement system does its job. The main thrust of a calibration system consists of a schedule that requires each piece of measuring equipment to be calibrated on a regular basis. So calibration means to checking the results of particular instrument, whether that instrument producing true reading or not. As we all know that with respect to time and regular use, the wear and tear happen with the faces of micrometer. So it is a need of any instrument that for regular interval it must go through valid calibration system for enhance its quality results. So apparatus required: external micrometer 0 to 25 mm. Second one is gauge set. You can see this is gauge block with M88. This is a metric type slip gauge box. So here you can see. So there are total 88 piece of gauge block, and this is metric scale. So that is why it is called as M88 gauge slip box. So third one is required, that is optical flat.
So fourth one is surface plate. Surface plate is used for the reference purpose.
Okay, now procedure: after receiving the micrometer, clean it with benzene methane or any other cleaning reagent with do not leave any residue. So keep the micrometer for temperature stabilization. Standard slip gauges and optical flat which are used for the calibration of micrometer are also cleaned and kept for a temperature stabilization. So cleaning process is done with the micrometer, slip gauge and the optical flat. So for this, these are the some points which are considered. So first one is setting of the micrometer. So first one is zero setting of the micrometer. Second one is error in reading. Third one is flatness of anvil. Fourth one is parallelism between anvils. And fifth one is error in a scale. Now first one, the zero error of micrometer is checked, and if zero error is observed, the same may be adjusted by adjusting the barrel to the zero of the thimble. The zero of thimble scale is perfectly matching with the zero of main scale, but here you can see the zero of thimble scale is somehow ahead of the zero of main scale. That means it will not produce the proper reading, so it will produce faulty reading. So we need to adjust its main scale. We can do its adjustment by adjusting the barrel to the zero. So with the help of the pin, so this pin is provided with the micrometer. So here you can see one slot is, so this slot, you can see this slot is provided. So with the help of this pin we can adjust that barrel to zero. So it is ahead of zero, so that means we need to rotate its anti-clockwise direction. Okay, now with the help of this pin I am adjusting the barrel to the zero of thimble. So now here you can see I am moving it. Okay, now you can see. So now with the help of that pin I have set it to 0. So as I told you in earlier video that slip gauges are used for a reference measurement only. So these are gauges which are used for reference measurement purpose. So I will take 10 mm slip gauge for the measurement. So this is 10 mm slip gauge. So here you can see it is rectangular in nature. So here you can see it is rectangular in nature and having surface maintained 0.05 micron. So its width is 10 mm. So with the help of this micrometer I will check its width, and if that micrometer produces 10 mm, that means the given micrometer is working perfectly. So now I have done the adjustment, you can see over here. So now check its reading. Okay, so on the main scale you can see the reading is 10 mm, and the timbal scale is perfectly matching with 0. That means the width of that slip gauge is 10 mm perfectly. So means this micrometer is producing accurate readings. Okay, for foolproof measurement I have taken another slip gauge whose dimension is 9 mm, and on the main scale you can see, so 9 mm is visible and the timbal scale reading is perfectly matches with 0. So that means the width is 9 mm and the given micrometer is producing accurate reading. I have taken third slip gauge whose width is 20 mm, and on the main scale you can see the 20th division of main scale is perfectly matches, and on the barrel or timbal scale you can see the 0 is perfectly matching. That means width is 20 mm and the given micrometer is producing perfect reading. So next step is to check the flatness of anvil and the spindle with the help of optical flat. So we will put optical flat on its shape. Now the flatness error can be checked by keeping the optical flat on each anvil under monochromatic light. So I have put it optical flat on the anvil, and here you can see, so there are no color fringes. That means it is showing a diagram E. It indicates perfectly flat surfaces under test is indicated in diagram E. Since this instance there are no color fringes, that means the surface of anvil is perfectly flat. Now I have put it optical flat on a movable spindle end. So here you can see again there are no color fringes. That means spindle face is perfectly flat, so hence it will produce good results. So now the next parameter is parallelism. So parallelism error between two anvil is tested by gripping optical parallel of three different thickness covering different positions of circular scale. So now this is at point number 1. So here you can see again we are getting no color fringes. That means the anvil are parallel to each other. So now at another position of optical flat, so again we are getting no color fringes. That means these both anvils are perfectly parallel to each other. So now at point number 3 again we are not getting any color fringes. That means these two anvils are perfectly parallel to each other. So in this way we can do the calibration for micrometer.
So from the result it is clear that given micrometer is producing good results. So in this way we can do the calibration for micrometer.